YESHUA's light language, sound and primordial creation. Welcome everyone. Charles and Martina and Katrina are here back today to continue our discussion on light language conversation with our co-teacher, Katarina Adari. As you remember from last week, Katarina's soul quality allows her to receive, create, and voice light language on an individual level for Amaya, our Mother Earth, and the cosmos. This is very helpful during this transition in time for our planet and our galaxy. Many listeners already are familiar with the voice of Katarina as she opens our podcast and our other Namas University lectures. Katarina is a walk-in of YESHUA, Mother Mary, Amaya, and God Indra. Today's focus is going to be on sound and primordial creation. So Katarina is going to start off with a chant. Katarina, welcome.
Thank you, Charles. I'm beginning with the light language chant. Om Namah Soya Ai Soya This chant means you are saved by your soul. And it means Namas University welcomes you. As we know, Namas University is Earth. Earth is Namas University. Earth welcomes you through this chant. This is a creation, primordial creation. And if you are ready, your light body will absorb this chant, that your soul is saved.
Welcome also from my side. Thank you very much. That was a super start. In your book, together with YESHUA, you talk about the relationship between sound and creation, primordial creation. Please tell us a little more about this.
Primordial creation. I always speak of primordial creation, not just creation, because not only the light forces or the forces of light create, but also the dark forces create or created. So primordial creation is the creation by the original source that created all that is and still creates all that is. The source of God creates in a natural way because it's one with nature. And sound and voice and the weather, the elements are all part of nature. We are going back, we are returning to our very nature. The dark forces, they diverted from nature throughout many universes. They came up with all sorts of unnatural creation. And they believed they were the better creators. But their creation were not aligned with the nature of God. So nature is primordial creation. We are here to help Amaya, which is a reflection of nature. So, and when we create the way Source intended it, we use sound and light. And light is another word for the will of God, or Source. And Source expresses specific creations through us, through our souls. And this is the God-given way of creation, and the only way that is self-sustaining. Nature is self-sustaining. We don't feed on others, we don't exploit others, we don't trap them. We are in a closed system, which is nature.
Thank you, Katarina. Those are very insightful answers. So, but last time we did talk about soul, and I wanted to explore how the soul and sound is connected with this primordial creation that you're discussing.
A sound can be very subtle. Sound is a carrier, but not only that. Sound is creation as such. There is a subtle form of sound that you don't hear. And when you request light language from your soul or communication, you receive it as sound, whether you hear it or not. It's always sound. And what you receive is part of a symphony. Of your symphony, but also of the symphony of many, many other beings and of the divine symphony. And each being has its own symphony. The soul knows everything about us and directs this cosmic symphony. And you just need to show up, meaning get in touch, communicate with your soul, and receive the part you are supposed to play.
So there are two themes running through our conversation these 2 weeks, light and sound. So how are these associated with the creation that you are discussing?
Let me tell you, Charles, I haven't found out everything yet. But this is what I know. So we have the divine source, which is light, among other things, I suppose. And light is the divine will, and it is sound, the power of creation.
Okay.
So these two go together hand in hand. And of course, there's more to it and still to be explored by all of us. But I also suppose it has to do with the feminine power and the masculine power. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
I
what I
remember.
can say right now.
Okay, I remember in the creation story about sound being the word of God and the creation.
Yes.
So, and also the light, God sounded and light appeared. I think that is, exactly related. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
The question just is, in what we have been told, for example, in the Bible, God is, if any, a masculine. If either a neutral or a masculine, so the qualities of the divine feminine have very little room in these scriptures.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why I agree with Katarina, there is a lot to be learned now. That all the restrictions have gone, that Earth is vibrating up into and through the fifth dimension, and we are in much better contact than ever before. Especially as the Mother Earth, our Amaya is in that frequency as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is true. 50% of the feminine side of the equation has not been brought forward, and it's a great opportunity to see everything with new set of glasses and new lenses to complete the story.
I wouldn't be surprised. We have a couple of sessions where we talk about these essential things, especially for those who are coming from the religious side, are maybe questioning things, coming back to the question, is YESHUA our savior? Was that ever meant to be? Or is that a story we've been told? So many, many things out there that we can still explore together.
Yeah. Talking about questions, Martina, I have a few from last week that I wanted to continue to ask Katerina. For example, YESHUA talks about listening to the music of your soul as the root of everything. Can you say more about that, please?
Yeah, we addressed this fact already. It's a symphony that your soul is playing. So when you intend to listen to the music or symphony of your soul, you will hear your soul. And once you understand you have your very own symphony with its very unique theme, it's here to play, then you're a part of the cosmic symphony and in tune and in unity with our life. So listening to the music of your soul, once you do it, you know what score you are supposed to play in the cosmic symphony with
Yes.
all other beings.
Yeah, wonderful. That's probably related to the soul mission that we talk about, right? Receiving your soul mission through, so that you're able to create.
Yes,
Okay, wonderful.
yes.
So, the one thing that I wanted to talk about is the void, how we create from the void. So, I guess it's through the mission, the chant. So, could you say more about how we create from the void?
The void maybe it's a word for us in our human form, but the void is not void. The void is full. It's an ocean of creation. And an ocean is filled with what? With water.
Water.
It's cosmic water.
Yeah.
Water contains and holds everything. It's a means of storage. What you have here on Earth, water, is in other dimensions too, but it has other functions. And it works completely different. Water is the most healing thing in the whole cosmos.
Yeah.
Water may contain healing frequencies. There will come more about this from us, about these healing frequencies contained in water. We are 70% water.
Yeah. And water also features prominently in the creation story in the Bible as well, from the initial creation. So that is very interesting.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. It's a nice topic to meditate on.
Wonderful. So how can one trust their soul, the information that they receive from their soul? There's so much chatter and noise in the head, and so people will want to know we did talk about meditation last time, and really, how do they begin to trust the message they receive from their souls?
Or rather, how can your soul trust you?
Okay.
I've learned from Martina. Martina has been my mentor. Show up.
Yeah.
Be consistent. Don't wait for your soul to contact you, but do invite your soul. Sit down, invite it. Show up for that job. Just invite in. Be consistent. Your soul is a living being, and it's observing you. So your soul knows you better than you know yourself. So and if you want to communicate with your soul, then you need to show it that you mean it. And you show it by, in the third dimension, in the material world, we sit down and we invite. Maybe we open a notebook or a file on our computer, and then we write down the question and wait. We invite. And we wait and we breathe and we relax.
Yeah. And maybe add to that, every day is not the same. So there are days when we are doubtful, when events happen, when things seem not clear, and where some people have a tendency to become highly emotional. And when we do that, we throw ourselves out of balance. So whenever there's a day where things are not clear, keep asking questions, stay calm, and wait for the answers to come, but never jump to a conclusion, become highly emotional and say, now, okay, I don't trust this anymore, I'm stepping out. That's a clear signal to the soul. Not ready yet, not reliable, not stable.
Yes. But we can always ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe help comes from other people. Maybe help comes through nature by taking a walk outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the time of day to receive messages from your soul.
Okay. Just be patient and it will
Yes.
come.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, talking about that, and I know we do talk about co-creation. And in the book, you said that the sound will allow us to connect with those we have agreed to meet and co-create with here. Could you say
Yes.
more about that?
So, my understanding is that God can do anything God wishes to do. So, light language, the language from your soul. If you want to meet people or projects or opportunities, you can invite your soul to transmit the light language. It may not be what you expect, but, well, there will be some movement in your life. Okay? So it's a creation. It's a creation. And when you invite to be connected with opportunities or with the next step in your spiritual evolution, your spiritual desire will be fulfilled 100%. And you will receive the relevant creation from your soul.
Can the sound creation help somebody who is sick to heal themselves? And what other qualities can they derive from that? Healing.
Yes, if you are not all right, if you need healing, get in touch with your soul. This light language creation that you receive from your soul will become part of your light body, and you will resonate this. Okay? You will radiate this, what you receive from the divine. And when you change your frequency and vibration, you will attract other things as desired by your soul, by the divine. Does it mean that you are healed from one instant to the other? Not necessarily. But perhaps you will attract other habits, other people, other opportunities. Perhaps you will read the relevant article that you're supposed to read, which you just couldn't see without that creation of your own soul. And of course, there is healing light language that a light language healer can provide. We have relevant experience about this. This is very helpful.
And you have some of those light language chants that people can check into.
Yes.
So, Martina, do you have any questions for Katerina? I've asked all the questions today.
I don't mind actually, but yes, I do. Katharina, you mentioned last time and today basically as well that the connection to one's own soul is the most important thing. Can you please tell us again what kinds of steps I can set, an individual can set to connect to that soul? I would like to complete our session today with that.
Yes.
Please remind us.
So people could even follow along because these movements that I do with my hands, they open a space for getting in touch with your soul. Then ask yourself, am I ready to be in touch with my soul? And you will hear a yes. This is your intention, to be in touch and connection with your soul, to be guided by your soul. You become calm, you are at peace, and you breathe deeply. You bow to your soul. Your soul is a living being and needs respect from you. So bow to your soul. And in a peaceful atmosphere, ask the first question and wait for the answer.
I think we have all understood now how vital this interplay is between us, our soul, that connects us actually to the divine plan to let us play our chord, as you said, in the symphony of the divine. Thank you very much for being our guest, helping us forward, everybody.
Thank you, Katrina.
Next week, we'll have 2 new guests. As you might know, Namas University started live classes teaching our connection to the cosmos and nature. And we'll pick this up again in April in the Nature Station and also Galactic Station of Cosmic Communication at Quincy in Marymount. No, sorry, in Marymount, Quincy, Massachusetts, United States. And we want to introduce you to the 2 guardians of that station and teachers who will teach together with Charles, and invited them to tell you why it would be interesting to take part and what benefits you can take from it. Thanks, everyone. Special thanks to Katarina again.
Yes.
See you next week.
See you next week.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Katrina.